Welcome to my YouTube channel once again. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, we are going to make a short gown with a front zipper. The zip will be at the front. This is my zip for the front. Then it will have a wide pocket by the side here, the front zipper, just like what I'm wearing, but it have a pocket and a collar at the neck. So I'll use this to combine the hand and for the collar, the back, and this is my fabric for this beautiful gown. So it will come out fine. So let's begin. First of all, you divide your circumference, the highest circumference, which is your hip, the largest circumference, that is my hip. So I'm working with hip 54, bust 53, waist 50. So and the rest of the gown will be 44, and the shoulder of the dress is 17. As you can see how I just put it down here. So that is what I will work with, and this is 6 years of fabric. So I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it now. I'm going to fold the material like so that we can get our first fold. Okay, after folding your fabric, you make sure you measure the largest circumferences as you have said. Then after measuring the largest circumferences, you will now divide your chest measurements. I told you how to, in my last video, how to divide your chest measurements. The bust circumference divided by 6. The bust circumference is, her bust is 53 divided by 6, which will plus 2, which will give me about 10.8. So because of her, she's busty, I have to use 10, or I can make use of 9 too. As her shoulder measurement is 17 inches, divided by 2 is 8.5. So first of all, because the zip will be at the front, I have to bring out my zip allowance, which I'll measure out 2 inches or 1.5 here in front, because here should be my front. If here should be my front, I have to measure out 2 inches. Measure out 2 inches for as my zipper allowance. So that is where my zip will start. I'll fix my zip at front here. So the next thing is to input the horizontal measurement, which is the waist, the shoulder is 9. Use chalk. The waist measurements, I'm using 17 as a waist measurement, which I will draw the line for the waist measurement, 17 inches. Then the hip measurement, which is about 25 and a half. So I can use 25 or 26, but I'm using 25 and a half as her hip measurement. That is the most important measurement, horizontal measurement that you need for this tutorial. The most important horizontal measurement you need. After drawing, measure your length, the gown length, which I said the gown length is 44. Okay, and you know that this upper is like 45. The length of Ankara fabric is always 45. So there's nothing much to add there. I'm going to use lining to fold it, to fold the edge. So nothing. Let me just not minus anything there. So first of all, I'll divide my bust by 4. 53 divided by 4, which will give me 13.20. I'll place it at the shoulder measurement, which will give me 13.25. 13.25. So I'll mark it here. This is my you can see me. This is my shoulder, my bust measurement. Then the waist measurement is 50 divided by 4, which will give me 12.75, which is here. I'll mark the waist measurement. Hope you can see how I'm marking it. Then the hip measurement, here is the hip. Hip is 54 divided by, which is 13.5. That is 13.5. I'll mark it here. Either use your hip curve. This one is not that curvy, but you can use your hip curve to give it a curve here. Make use of your ruler. I'm using this small ruler to connect it to the bust, that area. Then the length, because it's a straight gown. This is just a simple straight gown, but with a little design. My hip is what? Okay, so I will measure my hip here. I don't want it to be tight on her. I'll measure my hip, the hip measurement here, which is 13.5. I'll place it here and connect it down with my ruler. I don't want it to be tight because of how she has weight. She's not that slim, so she doesn't need something that will hold her. So connect. If you can see how I have mapped out, that. So let us move to the shoulder. So her shoulder measurement is 17. So if you divide the shoulder of 17 by 2, so you know shoulder is normal, you divide it by 2. If you divide the shoulder measurement by 2, it's going to give you 8.5. So I'll add 1 inch seam allowance, which will give me 9. So I'll mark 9 inches here. I'll mark my 9 inches. Connect it here too. Connect it here. You can see it. Or connect it. You make sure you get your accurate measurement when measuring. You connect it to your ruler. Hope you can see it very well. I have a color shop, but because this material has a lot of color in it, so I didn't supposed to use this kind of chalk to mark it out. So the next thing is to determine the armhole. You remove, because of your shoulder slope, you minus 1 inch here. You minus 1 inch. Hope you can see. You minus 1 inch and connect it to the neckline, which you do 3. And because this material, this style of cloth I'm sewing is have a cape, so you have to be mindful of the neckline, so that you won't have a wider neck. So actually I'm going to use 3 by 2 because I'm marking on the fabric. I want to use 2.5 on the neck by 3. So what I'll mark on the neckline here is 2.5, please, because after sewing, you're taking in all the allowance. You can trim it out. This of it to be wider, please. It's better you trim out than having to this thing. So by 3, I'm marking it by 3 here. This is 3 inches. Hope you can see. I have a clear view. By 3 inches. So you can see, you can connect it like so. You can see our gown is coming out now. Then connect your shoulder slope to the 1 inch, and please take note, I have marked here, so check if it still give you, see it's 8, and which what I need here is 9, so I have to go down because I don't want to manage her armhole. I have to go down 1 inch more because this slopey has taken 1 inch out, so this is it. Then you please make sure you add your seam allowance so that you will not have shortage, because if you don't add seam allowance here now, because we are drafting on the fabric, so if you don't add seam allowance now, my dear, you are going to have a shortage. So I'm adding 1/2 inch seam allowance on the shoulder, which will only take me, because I have to be sloping. You can see it. We connect it to the neckline. This is 1/2 inch shoulder allowance. Can you see it? Okay, I'll use my armhole cuff to connect the armhole. Okay, this for the back armhole, because I'm going to use this to cut the back. This is for the back armhole. Then front armhole, I'm going to come measure this at the center, okay, which is 4.5. I'll come in by 1/2 inch. Why I'm saying 1/2 inch, so you will not be confused. Then you come in by 1/2 inch. This is for the front. This is for the front armhole. I hope you can see it very well. This is for the front armhole. Then the neckline, back neckline, I'm going to make it have 1 inch for the back. This is 1 inch. For the back. So I'll use my armhole cuff to connect it like so to the 2.5 that I use here. I told you why I use 2.5 is because I'm going to put, it's not gonna be an open neck. There is zip on the front, that there will be collar. So that is why, because of the collar, that is why I'm using 2.5 here. Because of, so if you look at it, you see that it's almost ready. So this is for the back neckline. If you look at it, you can see it very well. Back neck, the shoulder, the armhole. Then you can see that our gown is almost ready. So I'm going to cut here open. I'm going to cut it now with my scissors. So this is leftover material, but instead of cutting it now, I have to add allowance. I'm going to add an allowance here. Okay, let me add like 2 inches allowance, so that to be on a safer side. 2 inches allowance. Okay, allowance is there. This style, I will not put that there. There will not be that. There will not be that here. I will not have a that. There will not be that, because we are drafting. This is a free dress. Beautiful dress. It's free. So you can see, as you can see, our gown is almost ready. So let's cut it and then use this to cut the back. Okay. Let's cut this out. As you can see, our gown is almost ready. I'm going to put lining because this material is too light. I'm going to use lining to sew it. going to put lining there. As you can see, we meant to cut off the neck, then I'll use this and cut the back. This is the back. This is the back. As you can see, I'll use it and just trace it out, cut out the back. Then I'll use this for the collar. I'll use this fabric for the collar. This should be for the collar, the word pocket, and I'll use it at the hand here. So if you find this video interesting, please subscribe and watch out for more videos. If you want to see the sewing, please, you can comment on the comment section and you see how I fix it and put it up as a beautiful material dress ready to wear. So you can see. Let me go to my machine, and as I cut the lining, I'll go to the machine and join everything and show you how beautiful this is. Okay, I have joined it. I have stitched it down and you can see the design. It's beautiful. I've given it a good press. You can see with front zipper. Can you see it? It's so nice, so beautiful. Can you see it? Can see it. This is A-line with collar. Can see how beautiful the design is. Can see it. Can see how beautiful it is. Can see it. How beautiful it looks in the hand. Okay, thank you for watching once again. You can give it a try. It's very beautiful and a good finishing too. You can see the inner side, how beautiful it is. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and click the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified.